I actually have done some shows at the Curtis in the past, many years ago. I think I did Can't Take It With You here, and then also Hair, the musical Hair, a long time ago. And then the play itself, I am actually one of the only people in the cast that has done the play before. In its 2 other incarnations. I've been in every production of it. And I was personal friends with the writer. And so I came out and auditioned for it, and then been lucky enough to have been able to do it every time it's been done. Well, Joel's real great because he pulls a lot of his material from real life. He's a real observationalist. Oftentimes in his pieces, when I'm watching a play or if I'm reading one of his scripts, I am like, wait a minute, I think I remember this incident. He'll find a way to make real life incidents. He'll find a way to fit them in to his plays, and that just makes them, to me, more relatable to your average person. And that's especially with this play. He's taken historical characters, real people, but created some fantasy about them, but still made them very down to earth and very relatable. And I just think he's really good at that as a playwright, is making his characters very relatable to his audience. Well, I'm a big baseball fan myself. So, and I love theater. So when I hear that there's a play that's also about baseball, that's 2 of my favorite things right there. I didn't know a lot about Rube Waddell, the real person. So I found it fascinating to learn about him and then read the script and learn about him. That just kind of pulled me in. The idea that you can write a play about baseball, but you don't have to know anything about baseball to enjoy the play. To me, that's what kind of I find interesting and fascinating. I play Ida Tarbell, who was a real journalist back in the mid-1900s. I think she passed in 1936. She was a real muckraker. She really liked to advocate for change, for social change. And at the time, that was, that was before civil rights. That was before, people picketing and protesting. Writing about it was a way to protest, was a way to shine a light on things that weren't right and weren't fair in society. And I'm fascinated by her character. And her implementation in this play is that she plays the love interest to Rube, besides his love of baseball and of drink and of fishing. She is one of his many loves. But she shines a light on a lot of what was going on at the time that Rube was alive, and a lot that was going on at the time that the play is set in. Women's suffrage, segregation, she's kind of the spotlight to the important political and socioeconomical things that were going on, and that's kind of her purpose. So she shines a light on that. She helps carry Rube through an arc up to something bigger than he ever thought he could be. He never really cared much about anything other than fishing and playing baseball, and she introduces him to a side of the world that he maybe should be taking mind to, and it kind of is a nod to everyone that is watching the play that, hey, maybe you should be taking notice of what's going on around you in your life, and what can you do to offer your 2 cents to help make it a better world. What I would love for people who come to see this play, first and foremost, is I would love for them to just have a great time, because the play is a lot of fun. And it's almost like a roller coaster. It moves pretty fast. It takes you from one fun moment to the next. But it's also highlighting a lot about our past that we maybe forgotten, or we want to have forgotten. The unfairness that with segregation and women's rights, the unfairness, the way even baseball players were treated before there were unions. So I hope most off that they have a lot of fun, but that it also makes them think. That it makes them think that the social injustices that we still struggle with today, that things can get change and get better. If you look at our past, you see that if you work hard enough, if you care enough, things can get better and can change. And I think that's a good thing to walk out of the theater with, with a little bit of hope and a little bit of happiness. They must come see it because, like I said, it's a blast. It is a fun piece. It's original. I've never seen anything on stage like it. Like I said, it moves really fast. It's a play about baseball. There's not a lot of those out there. There's damn Yankees, but that, I think they were singing in that, right? It's not just a lot of fun, but it's, like I said, it carries a lot of important things that we need to remember from our past. And I think that's as important for everybody to come see this, to be reminded of where we came from and where we can go. And I think they should come see it for that. And they're going to have a good time too.